I gotta sit on the John for a second.
I've been really into the Housewives New York because I've been kind of catching up on that one finally during the break, and I think in December I started it, and I'm almost like caught up completely, and I love it. I feel like they're my favorites now. I wonder if I have anybody here watching Housewives, or am I just talking? Like, I feel like when I talk about it at the office and I see just Dan staring at me like, uh-huh. I'm like, so they're funny. Let's see. Hold on, guys, don't type so fast. Housewives Pod, I would totally talk about them every week, but I could never do what Ethan does. Ethan makes it look easy. Housewives. Should you start Housewives from the start if I haven't seen it? Yes, absolutely yes. What I would recommend is like if you're gonna start watching New York, for example, I would Google which season is good one to start on. Start there. Like I think, for example, with New York, they said season 8 or something was a good one. And then when you get really into it and you're like caught up all the way to the newest season, then go back and watch from season 1. And then you're like, you just gained extra content, extra lore. You see the history of everyone, where they came from. I'm obsessed. I feel like the Housewives of New York are just like each one of them is such a character, and they're like, they feel more real to me compared to the Beverly Hills Housewives. I don't wonder if you guys feel that, but I don't know. I like watching them. And then, yeah, the Salt Lake City, it's been a wild ride this season. So Jen Shaw finally got 6.5 years going to prison. Uh, it's crazy. I feel like if any of you guys are watching it, I feel like this season's been kind of like really annoying too. Like, I don't know what's going on with Heather. She's been super annoying. I really need to know if you guys know what I'm talking about, or if I'm just kind of like talking to myself. But completely agree. Yeah, right. Thank you. I don't know. Yes, they. So there's, if I can help anybody who's not watching understand what we're talking about. So there's Jen, who's clearly guilty of like terrible stuff, scamming old people out of money, just super scammy. And also, not to mention, she has like the worst personality to her friends. Like, she's totally abusive and toxic and putting everybody on like ultimatums, like, you have to ride or die for me no matter what. Like, you cannot criticize her and still be considered her friend. And so everybody is just writing for her so hard this season, even though it's so obvious at this point that she's guilty. Everybody knows it. And they're like writing for her until the last minute. And then now here you go. She got 6.5 years in prison. It's like, what do you have to say now? Now they're going to be like, oh my God, the victims. Oh, yes. And Heather and the Black Eye. Oh my God. Okay. So they went on a girls' trip and they were all drunk at night. And Heather and Jen Shaw, the guilty one that's going to prison, they were hanging out till late, like until 4 a.m. And Jen has been, she has shown that she can be aggressive and like physical. Everybody knows that. They stay up late until 4 a.m. And the next day, Heather wakes up with a black eye. And she's just laughing about it, and she won't say what happened. She's not telling anybody what happened. She's just kind of like, I don't know. It was a wild night, and like, she's almost like alluding. She says clearly like, I know what happened, but I'm not gonna tell anybody. And it's like, You don't joke about that. If Jen did that, then I think everybody deserves to know on that trip that is hanging out with this person. If Jen did something that like that to Heather, everybody deserves to know that. I don't know. Yeah, I used to love Heather until this season. I don't know what happened. I don't know what she's going through. I feel like she has a lot of like childhood trauma from because they used to be Mormons and they all grew up like in extreme environment. I don't know. I feel like she has a lot of issues that she needs to work through because the way that she's going so hard for Jen makes no sense. Yeah, somebody said it could be a bad Botox reaction. It could. And then she has like a beauty salon, so it could be that she doesn't want people to know that she gave herself basically a bad Botox. I don't know. But either way, everybody is speculating that it's Jen because that's like the most obvious conclusion you could. I mean, it's all assumptions unless she's going to tell somebody what happened, but I don't know. I heard that maybe what's her name? Mary might be coming back next season. I think that's gonna be crazy. Yeah, Heather isn't my favorite anymore. I agree. What do you think? Do you like Whitney? I think Whitney's fun. You know, I think at least Whitney's like trying to work on her stuff, and she's been opening up about how she recently discovered that she went through like child abuse again, growing up in the Mormon house. Whitney Wild Rose. And yeah, it's really sad to, think about what it might be because it kind of sounds like maybe it was her dad. I don't know if you guys, anybody that's watching, if you guys kind of got that same feeling. Let me see. Ethan is pooping. Chill chat. Yes, he's pooping. I didn't just take over the show. Um, yeah, Mary's definitely too much. Did you guys feel like, yeah, you agree? Okay, because the chat is a little bit delayed. Sorry. So, yeah, that story was really difficult to watch. I feel bad for her. And then she was kind of trying to tell Heather about it, and Heather was like being a bitch. I don't know what the fuck's going on with her. I'm also watching Potomac and Miami. There's so much. Skincare routine. Skincare routine. I've been totally using the ordinary products and I just kind of like wing it, I do sometimes I'll do retinol at night and sometimes I do the other one, it's called the buffet, which is like you can see it on their website. I'm not good at saying out loud all those ingredients, so I don't want to say it wrong. But so usually I try to use one like serum or something like that and then lotion. Um but yeah, I try to keep it pretty simple. I don't know. Which housewife would I want on the pod? Since I just watched New York, I feel like any of the New York housewives would be awesome. I'm also a fan of Lisa Vanderpump. I I missed like the seasons when she was on Beverly Hills. She was so awesome. Um, I thought that Bethany was really making the show a lot more interesting, and then she left, and it's kind of like not the same. Oh, okay, sorry, jumping around, but I see somebody said caffeine solution is really good. I have that one, and I wasn't sure. I'm gonna start using that one, and I'll see. Yes, Sonia Morgan is such a character. I love her. How is my health? And am I sleeping all right? I think I'm actually fine. Um, Ever since I started exercising, I feel so much better. And so no complaints on my part, you know. I feel like as a parent to like young children and baby mode, I just feel like I'm kind of like always in survival, just kind of like getting each day, getting by, getting through the week, getting through the weekend, making sure everybody's happy. The kids, the dogs. But yeah, no complaints for me. I sleep no problem. When I go to sleep, I sleep. What's my exercise? So I train with a trainer, and it's like I forget how to describe it, but we kind of like do all kinds of exercises with weights, and she'll switch it up every time, which I like because I get bored of stuff quickly. So sometimes it's more focused on core, sometimes it's more like squats and things like that. Sometimes it's more jumping and
Getting
whatever.
very comfortable over here, Hila.
I'm gonna run out of material in like 1 minute. How would you? Yeah, HIT. I think that is what it's called. Thank you. The HIT. I don't even know what it stands for.